So we're up here at Bear Tree. And what national forest are we in here?
We're in the Washington and Jefferson, George Washington and Jefferson National Forest.
Two great men.
Yes, and
All
the
right.
southern end of it in particular, because the thing goes all the way through the western part of the state. So
We got in about 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was awesome. Like seeing the mountain laurel in bloom. It's around our camp. It's all over,
it
surrounded by
is.
mountain laurel. We'll show you. But we just came to explore a little bit, and we drove down here to the lake area, which looks like it's been abandoned for like ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like little picnic areas along the way. We'll highlight them on the way out. But right now we're coming up on this lake in the beach area, which looks like at one time it was quite a place, and now it's kind of overgrown. I don't know, but it still looks really nice.
I love the stone walls. Look at the stone wall that they have going around here, and if you come down, they've that stone wall basically circles all the way around the entire beach area. Look how far down it goes.
Yeah,
That's quite a wall.
it is.
Hard to walk on it.
So this is the beach area,
Yep.
and you can see like it used to perhaps be full of sand. I saw some more sand out there in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to come and work on it some more.
That's what I'm wondering. But if you look at it, you can tell that this is we're either like the lake right now is really depleted. Like it's really really low. I'm guessing that the water used to come pretty far up here, and it was only a tiny little beach area. That's probably why they're not allowing anybody to swim right now, because there's not enough water to swim in.
I didn't see anything that said no swimming though.
Yeah, there was a sign on there. It was two of the tacks that held it down had come out, so the thing was kind of the sign was
Oh,
flopping
man.
around, but it said no swimming. But that doesn't mean that there's not other swimming in this particular area. It's the Mount Rogers area of the national forest.
Mount Rogers. That sounds familiar. Does that sound? Is that where Ravencliff was? Was that in the Mount Rogers area?
No, but we've looked at Mount Rogers a number of times for other campsites.
So yeah, I'm guessing the water used to come a little higher, like Linda said. You can still see remnants of the beach area over there. Nice little swimming area though. Like if it was permitted, I would swim in here. And what's cool is if you look around the outside of the lake here, there's a trail. There's a bench at the entrance to the trail, and it's a paved trail, but it goes around. There's a bridge back there, right? And it comes out to these little lookout points around the lake. Like there's one there. You can come out and sit. Perhaps people can fish off of it. And the lake, it's just beautiful once again. It reminds me of other places I've been to in the mountains where the lake is just surrounded by pine trees and mountains. And it's a beautiful place to come out here and swim. Like if this was open right now, you can bet I'd be in there. So the banks of the lake here is also a good place to look for Bigfoot tracks. Now look at this, I see some dog tracks here. Look at this one though. What is this? That looks like a foot.
Yep. That's a
Now
human foot.
let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 5-toed creature that stepped there, right? And you can see back here, but look at this one. Look at this. This looks a little odd. Right? Look at that toe right there. How it made that. It's
Yeah.
offset from the rest of the foot.
Probably because you were scrunching your toes.
Maybe. Or maybe being that people haven't come up here for so long, Bigfoot's been up here bathing in the lake.
Well, there's footprints all over the beach.
Oh, well, maybe it's not Bigfoot. We're walking the path that goes around the outside of the lake here. We hear some water flowing. Looks like there's a dam over this way. So we're gonna go over and check it out. Perhaps check out some of these little lookout areas along the way. Coming out of the path, it's covered with mountain laurel. You see all the little flowers laying along the path. And then from here, you get a good view of the mountains that kind of surround the lake here. Isn't that quite a scene?
I see an indentation down here in the mud, and I think that might be a good thing to inspect.
Yeah.
I'm not real sure that's necessarily a hominid footprint. But it's certainly odd looking, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of that.
Lake monster?
Oh, it could be a lake monster.
Could be.
I don't see any definite like toes on it. But it's interesting how the mud is kind of pushed off like to the side here like this.
Hey, I wonder if it was a duck or a goose that
Oh.
laid there.
That's possible.
Because those indentations on the side might have been its wings. If it stretched its wings out a little bit,
Right.
it might have caused that indentation in the side. And it would be a nice place for a duck to lay. It kind of, you know, little place sticks out. It's a little bit protected. So I'm wondering if that might be it.
Yeah, if I was a duck, I'd lay there.
I would too.
Coming up on our first little overlook area here.
So I absolutely love Mountain Laurel. Look at this. Look how perfect that is. It's a cluster of tiny little flowers all together, coming out of one spot in the center. Some of them are a little bit pinkish, some are more white. You can see the blossoms. Here's a good one. Look at that beautiful hot pink color on those things. And this, I've never seen so much laurel in my life as I have at this place. It's just thick. You can look all around the lake and you can see those fat whitish pink blossoms in different clusters all around. And the whole area is like that too. Mountain laurel everywhere. I wish I could find some. If I could find a little sprig of mountain laurel or something, I would take it home and try to grow it in our backyard. There's just a random...
Set up for grabs or what?
I don't know. Maybe it doesn't float. People have been leaving trash around here.
And it's old trash. Like this Budweiser can looks kind of vintage, I must say. We do have a lot of graffiti here, a lot of names carved in here.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's still considered graffiti or not. But I wonder if there's any years. It's always neat to look and see if there's any years. Potentially 98.
I'm pretty sure
No,
I
that
saw,
might be J98. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I saw a 66.
66.
Oh, maybe it's a CG or GG.
See, I don't like when people carve their names. I mean, it's kind of rude to the people who built it. They're just like carving their names and going.
Yeah, I
Plus,
guess
just
it
makes
is.
everything look trashy. you
Yeah.
know?
It looks like a graffiti bridge for like
Look
someone
at the
to
bird.
do.
Look right there.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, look at
He's
that
got
bird.
something in his mouth.
There's also
He
a
might
bird's
belong.
nest.
Yeah, look, Alex found a bird's nest up in here underneath this
What's the
overhang.
bird poop underneath it?
That might be the mama trying to bring some stuff back to the babies. Look at him in the little nest
Oh, yeah.
up there.
You can see
There
that.
they are. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
you
see them looking
see?
over,
He's looking over.
waiting
there.
for some nom-noms.
Yeah.
Nominals.
Yeah.
So let's get out of here and
Cute little baby.
let her bring the
birds.
food, shall we? What's up that trail? This could be a trail that Bigfoot comes down
To the lake.
to the lake to bathe, swim, or it could be where he changes his kids' diapers. Right?
That's one thing I have to say about this place is that they don't seem to clean it up at all. You can tell some of this trash, like you saw the Budweiser can, it's been here for ages.
Yeah, that
Nobody
thing's been here
comes
since
around
the
and
60s.
cleans this up. And like, somebody needs to come and spray the weeds that are growing up in the cracks of the pavement in the parking lot, just to kind of clean the place up a little bit. But it's a shame that it's not taken better care of. And it would be nice to get a group of volunteers out here from the local area, you know, local Boy Scout troop or something, to come out and clean all this trash up.
Yeah, that would be something.
Yeah.
The Recreation Restoration Project.
Yes.
But look at this canoe. This is pretty cool. Like, it's patched up there, it looks like.
It is.
Like a bunch of bubble gum was stuck on it.
It definitely might not float.
But it might float.
It looks old.
It does. This looks like something from like Camp Sleepaway or,
I saw
you know.
a label down here.
Oh yeah. Careful, 'cause the
It's a
poison
Mohawk brand.
Oh, Mohawk. Nice.
Yeah, see? You can barely see the label down in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Looks like they've had to
Yeah, I
patch
see it
up
down
quite
there.
a few
Mhm.
times.
kind of an aerial view of the dam here. It looks like one of those ones that the water is kind of sucked down into it. I don't know. The path still goes around here. We might be able to get a better view of it from the front.
I don't know.
This is walking out on the dam here.
These plants are growing so tall, you're not going to be able to get a look at it.
Yeah.
Look how far away you are.
That's way down there.
Hey, look, there's wild blackberries or raspberries right here. See, if you look back in there a little bit, you can see the berries starting to grow. You can get a better look from this angle.
I can't rightly see them. Oh, yeah, I see them.
See them?
Yeah. Wow, that stream is way down there. Look
It
how
is.
high up this dam is.
I know.
This is crazy.
I know. That is way.
So I would think that lake would be deep.
I bet it is.
At least down at this part, it's got to be deep. It's got to be as deep as the stream down below, as deep as this wall, right?
This is a little better, look. You can see the water spilling over at least.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit steep, but
Oh, yeah, that's steep, all right. Nice little fishing area down here. I gotta say, that dam is pretty intimidating now.
Yeah.
The trail goes that way. Or to go around the lake, goes up these old wooden stairs here. We're much higher up here on the other side. Video doesn't ever put it in perspective. But it's also not a paved path, which is kind of cool. I like the dirt path, I must say. It seems a little more untouched by human hands.
yep.
Maybe not as good for, yeah, I guess it would be just as good for biking, you know? As long as you have a mountain bike.
So it looks like this is a natural spillway where the water comes down off of the top of the mountains and rolls down, goes all the way down into this hole. And they've actually put a culvert pipe here so that they could put this path over top of it.
Comes out here. And walking down, we'll see the beach from the opposite side of the lake, which I think will be kind of cool. There's the lookout that we were at with the Budweiser can and the canoe. And then from here, it's a little muddy, but there we can see the beach area. What do you see here?
This is a makeshift shelter of sorts. It doesn't really look large enough for a Bigfoot, per se, but
No.
somebody definitely made this. And I can't imagine why.
Maybe it was like a baby Bigfoot.
Could be. But if you look, too, at the base of this tree, there's a tag there. Somebody's pulled that tag off of that tree.
Oh yeah, and we were looking at those tags. What's your theory on those?
I don't know. I mean, they could be tree markers for the sake of, like, that they actually planted that tree there.
Right?
Or it could be a sample marker, like a lot of times rangers will come out in the forest and they'll take samples of the local flora and fauna.
Yeah, there it is.
So it could be something like that. But I've seen them on various trees. They're not on all of the big trees.
This would be a good place to look down here. Let's see what kind of things we see. I don't see any immediate tracks right here in the muddy banks of the water. And if Bigfoot were going in here to go for a swim, I mean, he could very well step over that because we hear that he's got quite a stride. So there might not be Bigfoot tracks in that muddy area. He might very well step over it. But this lean-to is pretty cool.
This thing is actually quite ingenious, the way it was created. Somebody was really putting a lot of thought into it. I mean, you've got this one very vertical stick, this one piece that sticks up here. It's got this branch here, which holds the end of this branch. This branch goes up and forks out to either side of that tree for even more stability. But this center, what would be like the ridge line of the roof of the house, comes all the way down to the ground. And then that's what's allowed people to actually stack things, to stack the logs on top of this thing. So
It is quite a structure. I also notice, is that tree right there uprooted and stuck in the ground upside down?
I don't know.
Okay, and then I also noticed when you come up here to this tree, looks like beavers got a hold of this.
Yes, beavers did get a hold of that,
Yeah,
didn't
and
they?
you can see beavers, you can see almost their teeth marks in this thing. That's pretty cool, right?
That is neat.
That tree though, is that stuck in the ground upside down?
I don't know. If it is, the roots have broken off long ago. I don't know. It might have just been an oddly shaped tree.
No, it's not stuck in the ground upside down. It looks like it's, unless it's way in the ground.
Yeah.
And I guess Bigfoot could have done that, perhaps. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think that a child would have been able to do this. I don't think a child would have had the, capacity, the engineering abilities that it would take to get these things all stuck together just right.
It'd have to be a kid with a lot of merit badges. Yeah, another thing I noticed though is this trail right here.
Yeah.
Like there's a little trail that goes along here that almost leads to this. Just kind of down along the waterfront. That's not the main trail. Interesting place to perhaps look for tracks, especially when you kind of have the soft dirt areas here.
There's a little stream right over here.
Oh yeah, just kind of going down into the lake. Yeah, we can kind of see it over the other side of the trail as well. Right over here. Oh yeah, someone took an axe to that.
There's a lot of sap.
This is a good place to point out this tree that's laying down in the lake like this here. If you look at the base of that over here on the bank, you can tell that the tree was felled. It was actually purposely cut. It didn't just fall out of being dead. It probably had a disease or a tree blight, as they would call it. But they will oftentimes chop these things down and then let them fall into the water and stay there because it provides a habitat for the fish and for the turtles that would be in the lake. So all of them can come up and kind of hang out along the top of the log, or the fish can kind of hide underneath it. It's kind of cool.
Look at that. Linda just pointed out we got some movement in the water here. We'll try to zoom in. We don't have the best zoom here, but
Whatever it is, it's swimming toward us.
yeah,
And it looks like it's under the water.
it's under the water.
Let's stay with that. So we don't feel
What was that? No, I don't mean the frog behind us.
yeah, that bang came from up the bank. It could be turtles swimming underneath the water, coming up to the water.
It could be.
Or it could be frogs.
There's some good wood knocking. We should try a wood knock.
Now this is kind of an interesting spot too, for a different reason. It's a good point to kind of show you the difference between a Sasquatch or a Bigfoot formation and one that would be natural. This looks like it was probably just a tree that happened to fall in the right direction. It's fell right between these two that fork out at the bottom, and they fork out quite a bit. So anything that falls in that direction is likely to fall in that crevice between the two and get lodged there. So I don't think that this is anything related to Bigfoot. I think this is just one of those natural formations that occurs.
Looked like an old tree stood there. What's this hole over here? Is it another drainage?
I don't know. It might have been where a tree stood.
Yeah, see the
Maybe
culvert
it's
pipe going under the path again. Out there. Coming down the end of the path, we got a little bridge here to cross over. Another good place for Bigfoot tracks.
Sure would be. If you see any tracks at all there, they're likely to be something of the wild as opposed to humans.
Yeah,
I
there's
see
like little
some.
tracks over
I
there.
know, because I don't think there's any way. I mean, it'd be tough to get down there. I guess you could walk across this little spot here. Might be able to get a little bit of a closer
The rock
look.
almost looks like a snake.
Okay, so kind of going out here a little bit. See what we can see. Gotta watch out for the stingy nettles and the poison ivy and the poison oak.
There's a
But-
snake
Yeah,
Look like tracks of any kind?
you know, potentially, the one looks like potentially a bear track.
Oh yeah,
It could be a dog.
a small bear.
Very small, like a small black bear maybe. And the way it goes along, like that way, that one looks like it's going that way, okay? But then it kind of looks like it turned around. You see, this one looks like it's coming this way. And then there's another one up here that looks like it's coming this way. So those could very well, given the stride, and
Little canine.
some of them could have just washed away.
Yeah. If they look a little canine, they could be coyote tracks too.
Coming down the trail a little further, a bunch of little bridges down here, which is nice.
They've treated this area. This area was treated with imidacloprid.
Why was it treated?
Imidacloprid. I don't know. It might have been a tree blight, or it could have been something that they were trying to, some kind of disease in the local area.
I wonder if that has anything to do with the not being able to swim right now.
I don't know. It could be. It's another little lookout spot, though. Oh, there's people in their boats out there fishing. See? That one's cool.
Yeah. So it's nice to see people still do use the area.
Look at this.
Hmm.
I wonder if this is the imidacloprid.
I guess it could be.
Must not be harmful to the wildlife or the people. I wouldn't think that they would use it, especially not in Washington. It's a good time of the day to come fishing too. It'd be nice out here. But that's what this dumb guy on Facebook kept saying. He had this post on there, and he's walking around like we are in the wild, like talking about different tree formations and stuff. And he's like, look what I found. I found this place. It's the perfect place for a Bigfoot to lay her eggs. And everybody just, like, he said it so serious. Everybody was like, I don't know if this guy's kidding or he's just a complete idiot. But it was kind of funny. I wanted to chime in, but then if you chime in, then you get everybody else's comments. And I was like, nah, maybe not.
There's also that little.
So this is the stream that feeds the lake. So I guess the lake isn't as deep as that dam over there, at least not through the whole way, because this is kind of level with that dam.
You can still tell everything's very low, though. Like, everything's low.
Oh, look at that. Thing
Like,
right there.
perfect example, like, look at this area here. You can tell that the water comes up usually quite a bit further and even spills over into that area down there at certain points, or spills the other direction.
Yeah.
What
Like the water level is low.
So here we are, coming back out to the beach area. What a beautiful walk around this lake. And you can just almost hear the echoes of people laughing and swimming. Yeah?
Come here. This is kind of interesting. Look at this. This looks like a pretty good shelter.
It does.
And you can tell, like, this tree right here was cut. But I don't, just upon first looking, I don't see the stump of it. You know what I mean? So I almost wonder if something laid it there.
That's interesting.
It is. And with all the little smaller vines and branches and stuff that have gone over it as well, it looks very intentional. And it's got this little spot.
Like, do you see a way in?
Yeah, you could actually get in right here.
I think you could get in over here too.
Yeah.
There's another entranceway from here, perhaps. Definitely interesting.
It is. Oh, the breeze is coming through here.
This is a day use area so abandoned that Bigfoot can make his bed right off of the side of this path right here.
Yeah. Seems like it. I mean, the day use area is always closed at night. Like, it closes at sunset.
Right.
So the rangers probably come through here right about sunset, and they probably run everybody off that's still hanging out here. So I would imagine that Bigfoot knows this is a deserted spot when the sun goes down.
Right.
And it would be a good place for him or her to come and make a nest, make a shelter.
And perhaps answers the question about toilet paper.
How?
There's a bathroom right there.
Well, that's true. But I think they lock the bathrooms at night.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the day use area, lake and beach.
Mm-hmm.
Here at Bear Tree.
Yes.
Seems slightly abandoned, but at one point it was beautiful, and it's still nice. It's still very, very beautiful. Nice to
Yeah.
walk around. It's a shame that it doesn't get, you know, the
More
people
use.
that looks like used to come here. I mean, look at this facility behind us here. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it is.
And you go out here and there's some different little grills and picnic tables, and there's a group pavilion where there's
Right.
weeds growing up through the parking lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, looks
somewhat
like
of
a
a
cool
forgotten
place.
area, but perhaps a place where Bigfoot lingers. Is there
Mhm.
some possible signs down here
Could
around
be.
this lake?
Yep.